What's going on, guys? It's your boy HDK, and today we're going to be looking at how to make $5,000 a month using copy trading. So this is something that you don't have to actually actively do. It's just something that you have to just flick a switch on and it will trade on as if a genius trader, hopefully a genius trader, would trade using your money, and you basically give them the rights to do it, and then they just trade, and you basically copy them in real time automatically. And of course, if you haven't done so, make sure you go like, share, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so that you can stay updated with some of the most interesting ways to make money with crypto on this channel. Everybody knows that I have been covering a lot on what's called copy trading, and so we're going to be covering that once again today. So the platform that we use is Bitget. If you'd like to use the link in the description below to sign yourself up, we get some bonuses and benefit on some better trading fees. Please go ahead. This is bitget.com. There's no other way to spell it. Bitget.com. That's where you're going. Available internationally. And what we're looking at is the copy trading function here. Now, I'm not talking about this trading as like the best trading strategy or you know, it's like the only way to win. No. This is just one of the ways that you can risk your money to actually gain some cash flow. And I've seen people do very well. So what you want to do is copy trading and then press futures copy trading. That's what we're looking at. There's other strategies and whatnot, but we're going to be covering this one for now today. What I will get you to do is go to AUM. AUM stands for assets under management. So this then ranks the profiles, the principal traders by the highest amount being managed. Of course, if you have like, I don't know, like 300 members, let's say, and they all sign up to copy this guy, each of them have $1,000 that they're copying this guy with, well, that's an asset under management of $300,000. Now, when you try and arrange by AUM, you'll see that the AUM is really low, like 1,300. So what are we even doing with these guys? Well, nothing. The platform hasn't quite, you know, smoothened up yet, but if you go to the next page, you'll start to see some high AUMs coming in. And the reason why I arranged these traders by high AUM is because, well, it means they're responsible for this much money. And when they are trading this much money, the profits that they make on behalf of these copy traders, they pick up 8 to 9% of it every day, which is crazy. If they make, like this guy Mac has 500 followers, right? If 500 copiers make $1,000 each, and he makes 9% on these, you know, on these profits, then he's picking up 9% of $500,000, which is almost like 45 G's. That's a lot of money this guy's making on top of his trading every day. Some of the things you want to take note of is the copier's P&L itself. Sometimes the total P&L is like, yeah, like that's just how much money they have in their account. So you know, he's got $2,000 in his account and he's just trading with it, and then his copier's P&L is obviously like dope as hell, which is good. Sometimes the P&L is positive, but the copier's P&L is like super low, or even in the negative. They're in the losses. This particular trader has brought $458,000 as to the copiers, right? And what's even interesting is that if you can go into this guy and check out the followers, you can see that this guy has made $5,000, which is crazy. So there is money to be made. Now, this is the amount that is being risked to make that kind of money. So 29 grand has been risked to make $5,400, which is what? About 1/6, which is about 16% return. That's about 10% return there. That's about 20% return here. That's about almost 20% return, no, 15% return there. That's a whopping 30% return here. So obviously people are making different returns, and that's because when you follow these people, you can put in different risk factors. Now, before we get there, we're going to talk about what makes a particular trader followable. So going back to the AUM, the ranking doesn't particularly, I haven't seen good results there. But let's say we went into, for example, this guy called Giant Whale. Okay, so he's obviously increased his account from 3.6K to 3.7K. Now, you can follow this guy with a higher risk and higher margins so that you make more money than that. Now, that doesn't mean it doesn't come with drawdowns. This is in the last week, I guess. But over the month, he's consistently been making money, which is great. And looking at his followers, yeah, his followers are making 1,780. Like these are the kind of money that his followers are making. And then from the chart, we can see that his trades are quite positive, and he likes to win, or he finds a way to win. And he trades predominantly Bitcoin, predominantly Ethereum and a little bit of Bitcoin. And his trading pattern is very, very not consistent actually. But it is one of the hottest accounts being followed right now. Maybe a YouTube influencer, who knows. Historically, he's making good returns. And copy trades, these are active right now, I'd say. Yeah, these are active. There are some losses being made right now, but obviously he's one of those traders where, you know, he basically averages down. So while some positions are in the loss, he is also putting the average down to actually balance it out, and maybe he'll close it all off in one day, and that's how you can, you know, increase your winning rate, which I think is pretty interesting as well. A lot of these traders will be reasonably high frequency, although I have run into some traders that weren't as high frequency. You will not hear from me to follow a particular trader on this channel, because that's just not how I roll. Now, you probably have seen some of these names many times if you've been tuning into this channel. This guy is really interesting. He doesn't trade very regularly, but there's a lot of money being followed, like a lot of money following this guy, which is crazy. There aren't too many orders in place. You know, this is his historical return. So he either like breaks even at zero, negative 0.41%, makes a loss, but then he gains it back. So very interesting trades. You know, his current trades are all in the very positive right now, and his followers make a lot of money. Look at this guy, who made $26,000 risking. He's at $769,000. That's a lot of money being risked. But the thing is, this guy is a lot more low frequency, low returns, but very steady is what this guy's doing. The reason why I know that he doesn't trade very much was in the last month he's traded 3 times. So that's a very interesting you know, outtake. So this is how he is doing. Now today I'm going to actually teach you how to copy somebody. So we're going to go copy now. These are all the asset classes that you would want to copy with him. Now, we have seen that. Let's go back to the actual trader itself. How much money does he have in his account? His account has 9.7 grand. Okay, cool. He's got 9.7 grand in his account. Let's say you have $1,000 in your account. Then what you want to do is you want to match the proportion of your account against the principal trader's account. So you've got a $1,000 account. He's got a $10,000 account. Let's say a 9.7 grand, almost 10 grand. That means instead of following on the USDT value, I reckon a multiplier is much better. Let's have a read of what it is. It represents a multiplier relationship between each copy trade and the trader. So if the trade, the principal trader actually puts in a $100 trade, you want to put a $10 trade in, because your account is 10 times smaller than his. So instead of doing a fixed amount, that's what I would do. Now, there's a lot of people that just go with the fixed amount because that's what, you know, that's the default setting here. And if you do it that way, and they're putting in, you know, they've got a $10,000 account, and each of their trade is like, you know, $10, because they trade a lot, let's say. Not for this guy clearly, but a lot of traders do have a high frequency trading method. Then what you're gonna get is that you're playing with margins that your account size cannot digest. So that's why it's much better to go with a multiplier method and put in the proportion. So if 1,000 is 10% of 10,000, so I'll go 0.1, and you'll be taking the same amount of risk. Now, if you want to take more risk than him, then you'll put something higher than this figure. Do we understand that mathematics there? Okay, good. So after you put 0.1, right, you can also go 1 for 1. If you have the same size, then you'll basically trace that same thing, and then you press next. Now, if you want to do risk management, right, you can go stop loss amount ratio, right, 10%. Like you don't want to lose any more than 10% drawdown. So when the account goes down by 10% of your account, then it will exit out. Take profit is like 10%. Once it goes up to 10, you basically close out your position. Now, take profit is really important, guys. Like, I have so many of my subscribers, right? And if you haven't done so, please do go and subscribe. Those guys stay in profit for a long time, and they do super duper well. They're like, yo, I've got a 10G account, you know, I'm making $1,000 a day, it's so good. But bro, like something happens, or they take too much risk and then they liquidate out. Like, that's terrible. Take profits when you can, guys. I mean, we're trying to make a little bit of profit during this bear market. Yes, we got a little bit of bull cycle, but that shit ain't gonna last. It's gonna come crashing down again, so just chill. And if you're not going to make it automatic, do it manually at least, right? And the maximum follow amount, you really need to limit that as well according to your size of the account. And you press next, and bada bing, bada boom, and you're in. So copy trading can work. The problem with copy trading is that it brings you a lot of profit very quickly, and it can. And once they do, people stay greedy, so they never get out, and that's a real problem. So don't do that. Just make sure you take profits. That's the lesson on Bitget copy trading. If you haven't done so, make sure you go and follow the link in the description below. Sign up to it, give it a go. Risk only the money that you can afford to lose, not financial advice.